here, and I am very sorry for the delay. Oh, sorry, Instagram. I'm very sorry for the delay. I was on Zoom and I could not get it to share properly, and I didn't want to continue to waste time. It just was not, I'm not, I have to go back and fuss with it and figure out how I got it to do that last time to share to my page, because it wasn't, Zoom wasn't letting me share to my page. It was only having me share to my personal page, which I don't want to do. And so I couldn't get the video from Zoom to you here. And so I'm so sorry. I know I said, hey, let's do Zoom. And I know we did it last time, and this time it just didn't want to cooperate. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think something shifted with Facebook, because you know how they love to shift things without telling anybody. And when I went to share the video from Zoom to Facebook, they were like, oh, you have to fill out all these things that I don't normally have to fill out. So I have to play with it. So I'm sorry. I really was looking forward to doing a Zoom with you all today. But I know that all things work the way they're supposed to work, even when it doesn't seem like it. So we're going to just press on with our regular time together. Hi, Kimmy. I saw you were trying to get in. I'm sorry I couldn't. I was trying to get the Zoom figured out, and for whatever reason, it was just being obnoxious and annoying today, and I couldn't. I didn't want to let you in to see me going "Arr!" with Zoom. So we will set up another Zoom. We will continue to try and work on that, and to be able to create an opportunity for us to do more mediumship live for you. Sorry for those of you who were not able to join us last night. I know it was Super Bowl Sunday. We had such a good time having everybody in, those people who were not maybe concerned about the football. As it turns out, I think it was, I'm told it was kind of a boring game until the very end. And hello, Ellen. Hello, hello. So if you did not join us last night, or were not able to join us last night for the mediumship readings, don't worry, we're going to do it again in April. My goal is to try and have these going every other month, and then hopefully we'll be able to push them forward to do every month. We're just going to see how my schedule goes. I'm really, really pleased and excited that things have been calming down around here, and I'm getting caught up on lots of stuff that's been sort of sitting since August 7th, when my husband had his heart attack, and then in December he had surgery. So I'm so happy to share that he's doing awesome, and so the better he does, the better I can do. So we can both get back on track, and I can catch up on a lot of stuff that kind of got put to the side for the last 6 months. And so we're really excited about going forward and all the wonderful fun things that we're going to be able to do. So I really do want to try and incorporate more mediumship into our time together. I really would love to do that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that as we go forward. So we're going to start with our animal card of the week. So today this is the grouse, and it seems like we have seen this grouse card before. It says express yourself through rhythm and movement, drumming and dancing. Now we're in the waxing right now. So we just had on Thursday, we had the new moon, and so this is the new moon in Aquarius. So we're in the waxing, which is the moon is getting bigger. We're not in the new moon energy so much anymore, but this is still the new moon in Aquarius, and the new moon in Aquarius is all about dancing and letting go and releasing your inhibitions. And the new moon in Aquarius is also about, Aquarius in general is about connecting with other people. It's thinking bigger. It's thinking globally. It's taking that piece away from our face so that we can see a bigger picture of the world, and that we can be more interactive and connected in with the world. So often we are just about and we talk about staying in your lane and staying on track with, your goals and what's going on with you. But there are times when it is really important that we look past. I talk about I teach, I do educational programs for Save the Manatees organization all over the world through Zoom and sometimes in person, often in person. And one of the things we talk about with manatees is that they mostly live, like we do see the videos of them in the springs, the beautiful clear spring water in Florida, but most of the time the manatees live in the rivers. And in the rivers, the visibility for a manatee, or anybody else for that matter, it could be about 4 or 5 inches. And so I teach these second and third graders to put their hand in their face about 2 or 3 inches away from the front of their face and see how much they can see about what's going on around them. And so I feel like a lot of times we get into these positions where we are acting like that we are having our hand in front of our face, that we are not seeing what's really going on around us. And so Aquarius invites us to take a different look at that. And Aquarius invites us to say, hey, take your hand out from behind your face and see what is really going on around you and get involved in what's going on. And it's not about politics, but it is about allowing yourself to connect with the bigger, okay? It is about, let's say, saying hello to your neighbor, picking up trash in your area, waving as the car goes by. I'm always out in front of my house with I have 3 dogs, and today we have a 4th one who's visiting. That happens from time to time. And, when a car goes by, I wave. I might not know who it is, but I wave because, it's a nice thing to do. And then, people will say to me, oh yeah, you're the lady who waves. So I wave when this morning I went running with my running partner, and the cars go by and I wave, and he says, why do you do that? I say, well, mostly I want them, if they wave back, I know they've seen me, so they're not going to hit us. And so, but it's part of just being connected to other people, allowing ourselves to connect with other people. And I feel like in the world around us, and especially since COVID and the political polarization and tribalism that we're seeing in various countries, not just here in the United States. Hi, Lee, welcome. But we're seeing this polarization, and people are pulling away. People are insulating themselves, and they're only connecting with people who look like them, who sound like them, who talk like them, who like the same things. We are insulating ourselves, and this is definitely not a way to move society forward, and it's definitely not a way to help heal our world. And so Aquarius reminds us that it's okay to reach out and say hello to somebody else who might not think the same way that you do. I will tell you, my running partner is a wonderful gentleman who is 71 years old. He does not share my political views. We did not grow up in any kind of the same things. He's a motorcycle guy. He's an engineer. He's like, we really don't have very much in common, but we have these wonderful conversations while we run, and we both happen to live in the same neighborhood and run. So it just sort of came this thing, oh, you're running, I'm running, and you're new in the neighborhood. And so it's been over a year now that we've been running together. And he's 71 and he kicks my ass every week. So let me just say that. But when I first started to meet him, I was like, I don't know. I don't know you. I can see by what's on your car and on your shirt that maybe we're not going to mesh. But we have become such good friends. And this is a thing that I think that we forget. We forget that we can be more than our politics. We forget that we can be more than our background, our views, our whatever that has happened to us before. Healer Smith, you're a spammer, so please leave, because as soon as you post, we're gonna ban you. I'm gonna block you from the page. I'm just telling you right now. So Aquarius reminds us, and you might remember, if you're old enough to remember the musical Hair, this is the dawning. Up there you are, banned. You're banned. You're banned. Bye, Healer Smith. Goodbye. See ya. Bye-bye. We have zero tolerance for spammers here. Bye-bye. So you don't know if you're old enough to remember the musical Hair. It was really big in the 80s. It was about the Vietnam War. It was a protest musical that was all about the 70s. But one of the big songs, and it's a big popular song, right? This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. And we've been hearing people talk about this for the last couple of years, that we are now in this age of Aquarius. But let's remember that Aquarius encourages us to let it hang out a little bit, to let it be free, because otherwise I would never be singing on social media. But it encourages us to relax. We get very tied up in the details, the minutiae of our world, of our life, of our stuff, and we are made to feel like these things are like super, super mega important. And I'm not saying that they're not. But we can lose focus and we can lose perspective. So when my husband had a heart attack and I am racing to the hospital to meet him at the emergency room in the ambulance, the dirty laundry now like was unimportant. Okay, the grocery list was unimportant. If I was a day or two late, there was a bill that fell through the cracks because I literally like don't care. Husband life first. Okay, so we can lose perspective of these things, and so it's important. Aquarius reminds us to just breathe, to not feel so, not to put so much pressure on ourselves that we have to like get everything right. We can beat ourselves up for like the anything, right? I paid something the wrong amount and I was like, oh, and I'm like, no, okay, it's okay. I'm like busy. I got stuff. I will fix it. It's not a crisis. We don't have to make it into a crisis. And we forget what's important to us, and we allow what other people have put on us to become more important. And more than that, in this time that we're living in, we pull ourselves away from people who have things that are important to them that are different. So we pull ourselves away. Hi, Fatima. We pull ourselves away from the people who feel like what is important to them is not the same as what is important to us, and we say, oh, we can't be friends with that person, or we insulate ourselves. And so Aquarius and the grouse reminds us, it says, express yourself through rhythm and movement and drumming and dancing. So the grouse reminds us to lighten up, let it hang out a little bit, and allow ourselves to connect. Because I love this, because music and dancing is a great unifier. How many times have you been to a concert, perhaps, hopefully, maybe once or twice, to go to a concert and there's thousands of people all singing the song, everybody knows the words, and everybody comes from everywhere. We don't know the politics or the whatever of the guy sitting next to us in the concert. It doesn't matter, because music and dance is the great unifier. It is so powerful to help us bring ourselves together. I also, Lise says, I love listening to people's opinions on things, even if I don't agree. I will tell you, I learned so much that way. But we have been conditioned, and our major news networks here in the United States are a big contributing factor. You know, you've got a red news site and a blue news site, and and there's hard to find. I remember when I was a kid, there was 3 news stations, right? You had CBS, ABC, and NBC, and you had the 6 o'clock news. That was the news. It wasn't politics, it was the news. And it was where that statement from Dragnet, that it was a TV show, Dragnet, way, way, way back when, they said, just the facts, ma'am. The police would come to the house and, get the police report about whatever happened, and you'd say, and you'd start to tell the story, just the facts, ma'am. And that was the news, but that's not the way it is anymore. And so Aquarius asks us to take down some of those barriers, allow ourselves to connect with other people, listen to other people, take that manatee vision out from a front of our face to be able to see more and to engage in others. And you know what? If you don't like what that person has to say, you can say, that's not for me, or that's not how I see it. We don't have to be mean. We don't have to be like, oh, well, you're a stupid idiot head. We don't have to be like that. We can say, I see it a little differently. That's not how I view it. And you don't have to share how you view it. Like, you're not under any obligation to say, and I'll tell you, this is one of the things I've been working on, is to be able to say, when someone asks us a question, to just the facts, so that we are not giving more information. Like, we don't have to say, well, that's not how I see it, and let me just tell you all the ways that you are wrong and I'm all right, and we don't need to do that. Answering in the simplest terms. And if they want to say, well, tell me how you see it, because I would be interested in your views. Now you have an opportunity for dialogue and for communication. So in a little while, we'll do some messages. We have an obligation to ourselves, and we have an obligation to each other to greet each other with an open heart, and to greet each other without the assumption of harm, right? And rather than assuming that someone who doesn't believe exactly the way you do, that there's ill intent there. And we also do not have to go forward with ill intent. So when we have these conversations, we say, I see it a little bit differently. I don't want that person to assume I have ill intent, and I don't want to assume that if I choose to share my opinions, that they're going to have an ill intent. And I feel like we have really been programmed that there are news sources in globally that are all about telling you who's to blame, what to be afraid of, and who's to blame. So that we are being programmed to have someone who disagrees with us, that if we dare to speak up, that that person's going to attack us, and that the other person who doesn't believe what we do is the enemy. And it's all baloney. It's all a lie. And we do not heal our society, global or otherwise, by buying into this. And so the grouse reminds us to come into the place of joy. It is what makes things different. We are all different, and that's what makes things interesting. Can you imagine how boring life would be if we were all the same? I remember my kids used to watch a cartoon when they were young called The Fairly Odd Parents, and this little boy had godparents, and one day he said, "I wish everybody was all the same," because he was mad about something. And all of a sudden, all the color went out of the cartoon, and everything was black and white, and everyone was dressed the same, and everyone ate the same food, and everyone was the same. And in about 30 seconds, he's like, "This sucks." So life would be very boring if we were all the same. So it is important in this time of the Aquarian moon for us to allow ourselves safely, with discretion and intelligence, to connect with our neighbors, connect with those who we may meet. If you go out, you might meet people sitting at the next table. You might go to an event where you will, a theater to chat with the person sitting next to you. Don't be afraid to open up a dialogue. You might meet somebody really amazing. I met a woman named Barbara years and years ago. My husband and I were at the theater, and the lobby, the seats hadn't opened yet, and we had gotten some cocktails, and we were standing around, and this very nice couple standing at a little cocktail table that could hold 4 people said, "Here, why don't you come and join us?" And we're not major friends, but we have been friends ever since. We have met people that way. We do that all the time at Epcot when we go for like Food and Wine Festival. People will come and we'll say, "Here, come and stand with us at the table so that we can all stand here and eat." And you'll meet people from all over the world or from your neighborhood. We met one couple that was from our home, the next neighborhood over. I mean, it was amazing. And Lee says, in Glasgow, Scotland, we like to talk to anyone. I love it. I love it. I love it. We could use some of that here. All right. So we're going to pull a couple of cards for our communal messages. I am sorry that I wasn't able to get the Zoom working for the mediumship. We will still do, I'm still going to try and do mediumship. I want to be more open to that. I want to let spirit come in. We're going to see how that goes. I'll still do card readings on Monday, but I really do want to look at the Zoom and see if we can do some more mediumship. It was really fun last time to have Kimmy come onto the video and to be able to do some mediumship that way. So, the first card that we pull, I love this because you know what? We have the thing of where we talk and they talk to me about what they want us to share. And then we pull the cards and the cards always reflect what we've been talking about. So here's the card is Yang. This is Yang and it's card number 1 and we're using Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle today. And so this is literally card number 1, which is the beginning, new beginnings, new relationships, new opportunities, new adventures. Opening ourselves up because look, she's literally holding the spark of light and life in her hands. This is feminine. Yang is the masculine energy, and this is the holding the hands. This is about support and birthing new ideas, birthing new relationships, birthing new things. This is a ball of fire that is ready to explode out into the world to say, here I am, what can I contribute? Okay, how can I connect? And I love this. This is this card, literally card number 1, because card number 1, this is the beginning of a new adventure, new opportunities, new things. All right, so our next card is Go Create. It is card 40, so that's 4, right? And with 4, we talk about the 4 legs of the chair, how we're supported, we're level, we've got that balance to us. And so here, literally, this is Go Create. Go Create, card number 40. And if you look, the card, the leopard, he is looking out over the ocean out over the horizon. It's a beautiful sunset, and you have the owl that's sitting here on the line. There's no threat to each other. And then you have down here, this is the egg of possibility, right? Birthing new adventures, birthing new possibilities, creation. This is the egg of creation. And if you look, the egg is holding the leopard spots. The egg has the leopard spots. So he's saying, I'm with you. I'm with you. You're creating and I'm with you, right? And the leopard runs fast and is like, or a cheetah, I don't know, it could be a cheetah. And they run fast and they run far and they achieve and they conquer. And so the egg is like, I got you. And the cheetah's like, I'm with you. And so they're in alignment with each other going forward. So, and you have the owl, which is wisdom and soaring to new heights. And you have this peaceful control that is happening here. And so this is a beautiful reading of like, what are we doing? We are birthing something new and we are being fully supported as we go forward in this, because Aquarius reminds us to reach out to the world, to reach out to others. And then the third card comes in is what else do we need to be aware of? What do we need to watch out for? This is serendipity, and it's upside down. So this is serendipity, which is about things happening that look like coincidence. Now, for me, I don't believe in serendipity. I believe in serendipity, which is timing of the universe. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe the coincidence is serendipity, that there is divine timing of the universe, that is the universe putting things together. It's not a coincidence. And so you have this, and you've got this adorable little fairy under her four-leaf clover, and she's talking about that all the things are working together, right? That the universe is putting things together in a way that feels like coincidence, but isn't that lucky timing? Wow, isn't that great timing? Isn't that cool how that worked itself out? That's serendipity. But this card comes in upside down to say, don't ignore this. Don't ignore this. These serendipitous events are designed to help move us forward. When we see that thing that says, oh, serendipity, that's like, oh, like a coincidence, that's a breadcrumb. We're going to take that, we're going to move that forward. Let me follow that. We're going to follow that breadcrumb because that's going to help us move forward. And the number on this card is 18. So 1 and 8 is 9. That tells us if we're following the serendipity, we're going to go to the completion of the journey. We're going to find our way to the completion of the task with the fairy, with good luck, and we're going to have all of these spirit guides that are going to be with us, the leopard or the cheetah, that are going to be with us to help us guide us along the way. I love this. What a fabulous reading today. What do we need to know? We need to reach out into the world. We need to extend our hearts, to extend the light that is within us, to go forward out in the world, to connect with others, to speak to others, to make those connections, knowing that when we make these connections, we are being guided by the higher guidance of Cheetah. I'm going to get the animal book and see what Cheetah says. And that we have serendipity. Remember, this came in upside down. Don't ignore the serendipitous things that are happening. Those are guideposts for you. Think of serendipity like the sign that's on the road that says, hey, there's a curvy thing ahead. They're trying to show you this is the way to go. We are with you. We've got that. If you follow the sign, you're going to go right exactly where you need to go. All right, I got to look up Cheetah in, this is Stephen Farmer's Animal Spirits Guide, but I'm going to look up Cheetah and see what that has to say. And if there isn't a Cheetah, then Cheetah, there it is. Things will be speeded up for a while, but be assured you'll move gracefully through the cycle. Increase your flexibility, respond without hesitation to the opportunity that has recently presented itself. Serendipity, right? Don't get caught in the trap of rigid thinking and acting. Instead, remain flexible and willing to change course quickly as the situation demands. Love it. I love it. What a fantastic week we're going to have. What a fantastic week we're going to have. And by proclaiming it, we make it so. What a fantastic week we're going to have. All right. So we're going to shuffle these cards, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start doing a couple of messages. And so here is the rules. If you haven't been here before, the rules are not yet, if you would like to have a card pulled for you, and I am going to try and incorporate, okay, let me say it this way. I'm jumping the gun. All right, I see you, my friend Bianca. So let me say this. If you would like a mediumship, put that in your message, okay? If you would like a card, put that in your message, okay? But remember, I can only come to you with either if you have put in a message so that I can say that you have given me permission to enter into your energy, right? I don't love these things where people go online and they're just like, I'm going to just tell you this and tell you that. I feel like it's really important for ethics and for collaboration with the universe and with our energies coming together that you have put it in the chat, in kind of writing that says, I would like to have a mediumship reading. Now, I'm not guaranteeing, because here's the thing that really I struggle with Facebook is that the messages that you all put in the chat are so slow to come through. So what I'm going to say is, if I can get a link for you for mediumship, and Bianca asked, what's the difference? Mediumship is connecting with our loved ones in spirit, and pulling a card is reading the oracle cards, the energy of the card, and the things that are going on with you, and how the card pertains to you. You are not under any obligation for mediumship reading. If I can get a connection for you for mediumship, the problem that I have is we have such a lag between the time that I tell you something and your comment comes through that I may be on to the next person by the time you can say, wait, I don't understand that, or I do understand that. So what I'm going to say is we are going to play with this. We're going to continue to play with this. I have another friend who's doing mediumship on Facebook, and the thing is that we're just going to see how it goes, because I really am very open to try and play and to create something new for us. Okay, so we're going to go. No, you're fine, Bianca. So we're going to just see what goes along. So we're going to start with Bianca, who jumped the gun, and she kind of came in right at the same time. And Bianca had asked for a card. So we're going to do that. So Bianca, I'm going to just shuffle this one more time because I was shuffling while we were talking. And then we will go for it. I see Ellen. I see Kimmy. I see Fatima. Okay. So Bianca, so a lot of things with cheetahs today. So Bianca, this is Go the Distance. This is Go the Distance. It's card 47. So 4 and 7 is 11. And 11 is a partnership number, right? We've got the twin numbers, and those are partnership numbers. And then we also have 11 is like 1 and 1 is 2. So in going in the right direction. And so Bianca, this is just keep going. Keep going. Don't give up before you get to that finish line. This is really continue to follow the path of your dreams. Because if you look at the cheetah, he's like, well, it could be sunrise, could be sunset. I think it's sunrise. Okay, so I'm looking for it. Well, I guess maybe well, I guess if you think this is the west, then it's a sunset. But I think he's running into the future. He's running to beat the darkness. So he's running ahead and trying to get there before the sun sets. He's running to be to reach the dream. But if you look, he's literally flying miles above the sand there in the desert, and he is leapfrogging over the finish line. So he is going through something that is super hard and challenging, and it feels like, oh, this dry desert, I'm never going to get there. But the cheetah says, no, I got this. I'm going to go the distance. I'm going to keep going. And so Bianca, I'm so glad that resonates for you, because that is exactly what the card has for you. So, all right, so we're going to go through. Okay, so part of the other thing is that we have the mediumship things is a different energy. And so, okay, so Lee is changing your vote. You would like to have a card. Okay, so we're going to do a card. I'm so glad, Bianca. It's my pleasure. So Lee was next, so we're going to do a card for Lee. All right. Ooh, exchanging gifts. So exchanging gifts. So this is card number 27, so that's 9. Oh, Tarot Mother, you're a spammer. You're banned. Goodbye. See ya, bye. Bye. Spammers be banned. 0 tolerance. Okay, so if you're a spammer, bye. Just go. Okay, so Lee Ramsey, this is exchanging gifts. So this card is 27. So 2 and 7 is 9, which talks to us about the end of journeys, the completion of tasks, completion of chapters. So Lee, this is really important about exchanging gifts. This is important to remember what is important to you, that you bring value to the table, that you have something to offer. It's also about receiving the gifts, about welcoming in help and assistance. and not feeling too proud to ask for help or too proud to have somebody who might want to help you, to be part of like a team, to collaborate, that there is value in collaboration. This also has to do with not just humans around us, but it also has to do with, I love this card, I think it's so pretty, but this also has to do with working in collaboration and co-creation with the universe, that we give our part to the universe gives its part to us, and we create those synchronicities that we were talking about before. And so this is really important about not letting your pride get in the way and allowing yourself to co-create with those around you, that you have something really important to bring to the table that is worthwhile and valuable, and so do they. And so together we can create something bigger than ourselves, okay? So this is for Lee's card. All right, so we are going to, Kimmy wants a card instead. Oh, everybody is, okay, so Ellen is going to ask for mediumship. So Ellen, I'm going to hold you for just a second. Kimmy would like a card, and then we're going to do mediumship with Ellen, and you are welcome, my friend. We're going to do Ellen and Fatima had, Fatima, were you looking for mediumship or a card? So we're going to have a card for Kimmy. Kimmy. Okay, so this is the Fates, but this comes in upside down, Kimmy. So this is the Fates. This is card 17. So 7 and 1 is 8. So 8 is that the infinity symbol, right? That tells us that we are all connected, that we are all infinite spirit, that we are connected to infinite spirit, and it comes in upside down. So you have the Fates, which are saying, hey, we're here to help you, we're part of this, we want to connect with you, we want to be with you. And so the Fates is reminding us not to okay, so the Fates is reminding us that things are happening for us. When we come in upside down like this, the Fates are saying this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. So sometimes things go sideways and we just like, oh, why is this happening? And the Fates upside down are reminding us that this is happening for your good. This is moving you through those twists and turns to help bring you to this new place, Kimmy, to help you be more than where you were and to go forward on your path. And so with the Fates coming in as upside down, we are reminded to accept the change. We're reminded that there is something higher power that's moving with us, and that we are being guided to the next place. And that if we are constricting and holding and going, nah, I don't want to change, we just make that harder for ourselves, because there's going to be that change regardless. Our job is to trust spirit and float through it, so that we are letting the Fates guide us and we move to that new level faster and easier than we would have otherwise. Okay, so we're going to do a card for Fatima, and then I'm going to come back for Ellen, and we're going to do a little mediumship. So Fatima had asked for a card, so we're going to do that. And so this is New Life. I love this card. This is New Life, and the New Life card. I love this card because it's so exciting to me. And it's 39. The card is 39. So 3 and 9 is 12. So 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 2 and 1 is 3. So I love this because it comes into the 3. 3 to me is an angel number, because you have this, oh, I'm so glad that makes sense, Kimmy. So 3, you have this angel number. If you look at the wings, they have this kind of shape of, they go out and they kind of bulb out and they come back, they bulb out and come back. So for me, it's the 3 is the angel numbers, which means we're being supported. The angels are with you, they're around you. But look at her, this is so much exuberance. First of all, she's up on this pedestal, but then she's up on a mat, like a cushion that's on the pedestal. And then she's got this beautiful ribbon that's going around her, and she's just like, yes, new life. I am going forward, new life. And so Fatima, this is all about claiming the glory that is yours to go forward, and claiming these changes and allowing these things to go forward with you, and to know that you are absolutely on the cusp of something great, that there are new opportunities that are coming for you. There is new light. There is new being re-energized about going forward on your path. And this is a great time to try new things as well, because this is a time when all the stars are in alignment going, you go girl. So this is a great card. And I know there's been some challenges for you, so this is a great message for you, and I'm so excited to be able to share that with you. All right, we're going to change gears. We're going to come back over to Ellen. And Ellen Jane has asked for mediumship, so we're going to give this a try. So Ellen, just shoot me a little message. Let me know you're still with me, and we're going to do some mediumship with Ellen. Oh, I banged the cards on the desk. Pluto, stop. Shh. And the visiting dog went ballistic because he thought it was someone knocking on the door. Hey, shh, 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 shh. Which is so funny because the first thing that came, so this dog you cannot see, but maybe you can hear him barking, is a golden doodle. And it's so funny because the first thing I saw in my head, Ellen, is a fluffy dog, like a curly haired dog or fluffy dog. Kind of looks a little scraggly, like maybe he needs a brush out. But this is a dog that I feel like I can literally feel him licking all over my face, and I feel like he's not a huge dog. I feel like, Fatima, you were so welcome. I feel like he was small enough to come in the bed, maybe like 20 pounds, come in the bed and stand on my chest and lick my face to wake me up in the morning. So I feel like that there is this dog that wants to be acknowledged, wants to say hello. This is like a brownish colored dog. It is not, it's not black, it's not white, but it's not a deep color. But I also feel like there's multiple colors, like shades of brown, that are on his coat. And just a very sweet dog that I feel like this may be I feel like this dog has been in spirit for a while, but he is saying to me, don't forget me, don't forget me. I feel like that there is an awareness of what's going on with you, because why is he coming in now? Why is he coming now? There's a shift in pets in your house. I feel like an animal has moved out. I feel like not past. This is not a Rainbow Bridge situation, but I feel like there may have been an animal that moved out. Perhaps there's someone in your household that went away, moved away, or like an animal that was around you that is no longer around you. The animal is not past, but the animal is no longer, that there is more recently, like in the last 4 or 5 months, that there was sort of this void in the awareness or in your energy of what was going on around you, of a dog that you would see all the time. And I'm not convinced it was your dog. I feel like it was someone else's dog that maybe was with you or around you, and then that they moved away. And that this dog that is in spirit is like, but I'm still here. Don't worry, I'm still with you. So hopefully this is going to resonate with you. Let me know if something clicks in there. And if it's not for you, if somebody else can take the dog, let me know that as well. Also feel like there's also somebody, and this is real, I just have to say it's unclear, it is not a strong connection, but there's somebody, an older gentleman that's in spirit that passes for, there's a dementia or Alzheimer's or something, because I feel this like pain in my forehead, like I can't think my thoughts straight, and that just wants to be acknowledged. I don't feel like he really wants to come too close to come in and have a whole conversation, but he is just saying, I'm here and I'm okay. In the mediumship world, we call these kind of quick things like greetings rather than readings. So I want to just leave that with Ellen, with the dog, and also the gentleman in spirit with some dementia or Alzheimer's. This is, hey, I'm here and I'm okay. Don't worry about me. All right, so hopefully that's going to be resonant for Ellen. And hopefully this is something that we can continue to do. I am open to spirit to try new things. I have not done mediumship in this kind of a way, but I believe in the things that spirit gives me that are that I don't feel like I need the confirmation like for my ego, but I want to know that we're doing something good for you. So Ellen, if you want, because you all know I'm going to close the comments when we're finished, so if you want to shoot me a private message, you certainly can. I know a couple other people have done that to ask further, like follow-up questions, and I'm happy for that as well. I do want to pull one card from James Van Prague's messages from the guides before we go, and just to help close us out today. And this is give without expectation, and I love this because it really aligns with what we were talking about today, about really allowing ourselves to connect with others. And so this card is filled with gold light and yellow light and green light, which is all those center chakras, right? The heart chakra is green, the solar plexus yellow, the sacral chakra is orange. These things that are like the core of who we are and how we interact in the world. Give without expectation. And this really comes right back back into what we were talking about with connecting with others and allowing ourselves to connect and be part of a bigger community. So we're going to leave it there for today, and I hope that you all have a most fabulous, wonderful week, and I just want to encourage you to reach back out to check out the if you missed this live, check the replay, because the card reading for the week is a good one. It's a good one, and I'm excited to work with you all again. I believe there is oh, your dog. Okay. Yeah, the dog lives out of town. Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you for that. I do believe we're on for meditation on Thursday. And then also, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, please don't hesitate to reach out to me through my website or through direct message to set up a session for you. If you come through the website and you're part of our Monday group and you say, hey, I was on Monday, I'd like to set up a session, I'm super happy to offer a discount for you as well. So I want you all to have a fabulous week. Remember, the cards are telling us that we are on the right track. This is a great time for us to be alive. It's going to be a great week. Hold on to that. We claim it to create it. And just always, always know how very much you are loved. Mwah! We'll see you next week. We'll see you on Thursday.